My name is Sophie, and at 29 years old, he announced, I told everyone you're abusive. As blackmail, I said, perfect timing. When I posted the security footage of him attacking me while I never raised a hand, everyone saw the truth. I am sitting here with scratches down my neck, a split lip, and the most liberating feeling I've had in years. My ex-boyfriend just tried to blackmail me with false abuse allegations. He didn't know about the cameras. Been with Victor, 31, for about 2 years. Lived together for the last 8 months in my condo. He worked part-time as a personal trainer. I'm a network administrator for a medical clinic. Not glamorous, but steady work. The relationship started great, but deteriorated over the last 6 months. Victor became increasingly controlling and aggressive, would throw things when angry, slap me playfully, but hard enough to sting. Once he threw a ceramic mug at my head because I forgot to buy oat milk. I never retaliated, just tried to de-escalate. 3 weeks ago, I told him it was over and he needed to move out. He laughed. Actually laughed. You can't leave me, Sophie. I'll destroy you. What does that mean? I've already told people you hit me. My family, my friends, some of your coworkers too. My blood went cold. That's a lie. I've never touched you. Who's going to believe you? I'm a 200-pound woman. You're a 110-pound man. I have pictures of bruises. What bruises? From where? He showed me his phone. Pictures of bruises on his arms and legs. Recent ones. Where did those come from? Whole personal training class. But they don't know that, do they? The calculated nature of it was terrifying. He'd been planning this. So, here's what happens, he continued. You're going to sign the condo over to me, or I file a police report. Your choice. My condo, that I bought before I met him, and he's not on the deed for, you're trying to blackmail me. I'm trying to survive an abusive relationship, Sophie. That's what everyone will think. I stayed calm, went to the bedroom, came back with my laptop. What are you doing? Scheduling movers for your stuff. You have 72 hours. He lost it, started screaming. Then he attacked me, nails across my neck, fist to my lip, kicking, screaming that I was a pathetic loser who would regret this. I didn't fight back, didn't touch him, just backed away, arms up defensively until he tired himself out. You're done, he panted. I'm calling everyone, posting everything. You'll be unemployed and in jail by Monday. Perfect timing, I said. What? Nothing. Just leave, Victor. He stormed out, slamming the door so hard a picture fell off the wall. Then I went to my computer and downloaded the footage from my security cameras. Every room except the bathroom. Crystal clear HD. 6 months worth, including tonight's assault. I'd installed them when my neighbor got robbed last year. Never told Victor. He thought they were just smoke detectors. The smear campaign started immediately. Within hours of leaving, Victor had posted on every platform, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, long posts about surviving abuse and finding the strength to leave. He tagged mutual friends, included those staged bruise photos, and painted himself as a victim who'd finally escaped. The messages started rolling in. From his brother, you're a monster, stay away from my family. From his mother, I always knew something was off about you. You'll pay for hurting my son. From mutual friends, is this true? Can't believe you're capable of this. Victor showed us the bruises, you sick bastard. Even got a call from HR at work. Someone had sent them Victor's posts. I had to have a meeting scheduled to discuss the situation. I didn't respond to anyone, just documented everything. Day 2, Victor escalated. He came to my building with 3 friends, including his friend Emily, who's apparently a social media influencer with 50K followers. They filmed themselves outside my door. This is where my abuser lives. Victor sobbed for the camera. I'm terrified, but I need my things. They pounded on the door for 20 minutes. I didn't answer. Building security eventually made them leave, but the video was already posted. Confronting my abuser was trending in our local community groups. Day 3, he went to the police. Actually filed a report. 2 officers showed up at my door that evening. Ms. Hoffman, we need to ask you some questions about allegations made by Victor Thorne. Of course. Would you like to come in? I have something you need to see. I showed them the footage. All of it. 6 months of him throwing things, hitting me, and most importantly, the night he attacked me while threatening blackmail. The audio was clear, him admitting he was lying about the bruises, demanding my condo, assaulting me while I never raised a hand. The officers watched in silence, then one said, "Ma'am, you need to file a report." This is domestic violence, extortion, and filing a false police report. I intend to. Day 4. Victor's flying monkeys intensified. His personal trainer friends started leaving reviews on my company's Google page, calling me an abuser and saying they didn't feel safe knowing I worked there. My boss was getting concerned. That evening, Victor texted from a new number. Last chance. Sign over the condo, or I release more. I have photos that look even worse. I screenshot it. More evidence. Day 5. Today I made my move. I consulted with a lawyer before doing anything. She advised me to file the police report first, get a restraining order, then handle the public aspect carefully. The restraining order was granted immediately based on the video evidence. Victor was served at his personal training studio in front of his class. He apparently screamed that I was manipulating the system. Then I posted the footage, not vindictively, carefully. My lawyer helped craft the post. I'd been silent while false allegations had been made against me. I wanted to handle this legally first. However, since my reputation, career, and safety were being threatened, I needed to share the truth. This is security footage from my home. Warning, contains domestic violence. I posted 3 clips. 1, him admitting to faking the bruises and trying to blackmail me from my condo with subtitles for clarity. 2, him throwing the ceramic mug at my head. 3, him attacking me that final night while I never raised a hand. The response was immediate. His brother called me crying, apologizing, saying he had no idea. His mother doubled down, saying I must have provoked him and that the videos were edited. Even when shown the full, unedited footage with timestamps, she insisted her son was the victim. But the real satisfaction came from Emily, the influencer friend. She deleted the confronting my abuser video and posted an apology. I was manipulated into participating in a false narrative. I should have verified before using my platform to attack someone. Sophie, I'm deeply sorry. Lucas's attempt to manipulate the narrative didn't stop at social media. He tried to file another police report claiming I was harassing him with revenge porn. The officers explained that security footage of crimes isn't revenge porn. He was then arrested for extortion, filing false police reports, domestic violence, and violation of the restraining order. He had driven by my building multiple times, clearly trying to intimidate me. The professional fallout for Victor was swift. The personal training studio fired him. They have a strict morality clause prohibiting instructors from having criminal charges involving violence or fraud. Word spread quickly. He tried to spin the story on social media, claiming he was being persecuted and that I'd ruined his life over a misunderstanding. But people had seen the footage. The comments were brutal. Misunderstanding? You literally admitted to faking abuse. You attacked her, and you're the abuser. Actual abuse survivors were furious with him for weaponizing their real trauma for extortion. His family tried to support him initially, but even his mother began to accept the evidence after repeated viewings of the footage. Victor also faced eviction. After leaving my condo, he had moved into a small apartment, bringing in 3 friends to help with rent. During one of his rage episodes, they had damaged the property. His landlord started eviction proceedings, not for the arrest, but because of the lease violations. Then came his most reckless move, a GoFundMe titled, "Victim of Narcissistic Abuse Needs Legal Help." In it, he claimed, I had manipulated and controlled him for years, that the videos were taken out of context, and that he was facing homelessness because of my campaign of revenge. Goal, $20,000. He raised $45 from his mother. He even reached out to Nathan, my ex-boyfriend from 5 years ago, trying to get him to make false allegations. Nathan wisely took screenshots and sent them to me with a note. Your ex is insane. He offered me $5,000 to lie about you. I refused. My lawyer added witness tampering to the list of charges. Finally, the legal resolution was anticlimactic but satisfying. Victor's public defender convinced him to take a plea deal, guilty to misdemeanor domestic violence and extortion. The false police report and witness tampering charges were dropped. His sentence, 2 years probation, 200 hours community service, mandatory anger management classes, and restitution of my legal fees, $1,500. A permanent restraining order was also granted. Victor cannot come within 500 feet of me or contact me in any way. In court, he attempted to argue that he was the real victim, but the judge shut him down. Mr. Thorne, you are incredibly fortunate the prosecution offered this deal. The video evidence shows clear extortion and domestic violence. You weaponize the real trauma of abuse victims for financial gain. This court has no sympathy for your situation. His professional and social consequences continued. Victor could no longer work at any personal training studio in the area. Word spread through the community. He moved back in with his parents in another state. His social media was deleted or made private. Several former friends reached out to apologize to me, admitting he had been toxic to them as well. Meanwhile, my employer, after seeing the full evidence, not only retained me, but gave me paid leave to handle the legal matters. They also updated company policies to require evidence before taking action on allegations against employees. Therapy became my sanctuary. I was dealing with the trauma of being abused and then nearly having my life destroyed by false allegations. Slowly, I began to heal. It was during this time that I met Adrian through a board game group. Nervously, I told him about everything that had happened with Victor. He listened carefully and said, "Good thing you had cameras. My ex keyed my car and I couldn't prove it. It's incredible you protected yourself." Adrian has been wonderful, calm, thoughtful, and supportive. He doesn't throw things, doesn't raise his voice, and he respects boundaries, a radical concept after everything with Victor. Slowly, I allowed myself to trust again, to imagine a normal, safe relationship. Victor, last I heard, is working at a call center in his hometown, living with his parents, still claiming he is innocent despite all video evidence. He is required to pay $125 monthly toward my legal fees for the next 3 years. He has already missed 2 payments, and my lawyer says wage garnishment is next. The security footage is saved in multiple locations, with my lawyer, just in case Victor ever tries anything again. Lessons learned. Document everything, even if you think you'll never need it. Never stay with someone who throws things or physically threatens you. It only escalates. Security cameras are worth every penny. When someone threatens to destroy your life, believe them and protect yourself. Evidence always outweighs lies. To anyone currently facing actual abuse, seek help. It is serious and should never be minimized. To anyone dealing with false allegations, document everything, get legal support, and avoid engaging with lies on social media until advised by a lawyer. And to Victor, if somehow you ever see this, the cameras are still running.